Living large, living loud, stacking paper high, chasing dreams all the way to the sky. From rags to riches in the blink of an eye, friendships in the vault where the old bonds die. Parties on rooftops, crystals in the dark, lost in the glitz till we miss the mark. Gold turned to chains, heavy on the heart, the price of a wish tearing us apart. Crew, we just hit the jackpot, stacks money tall, and now we on the top of the map. But grease slid in like a police trap. Trucks broke down, can't avoid that cap. Friends turn foes, plot a twist, no script. Lies and blood, bills ain't clean, they drip. Versace steering wheel, now we in for a trip. We used to be friends, but our bond just ripped. Gone. We hit, 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 we hit.
Chapter 16. Code Red. Ladarius sat frozen, staring at the footage on his laptop. His heart raced as he watched the scene unfold before him. Kesey was tied up, standing next to Kim, who was pleading for help. Ladarius's eyes darted to his side, expecting to see Kesey, but she was nowhere to be found. Panic gripped him as he looked back at the footage. "Kesey," he shouted, his voice filled with fear. The camera panned, and Ladarius saw a shadowy figure holding a gun pointed directly at Kim and Kesey. His mind raced, trying to make sense of the situation. The gunman took a step closer, his voice cold and menacing. Ladarius's breath caught as he heard Kim's desperate pleas. The tension built as the gunman aimed the weapon at them. "Who is it? Who is the gunman?" Ladarius screamed at the screen, his voice cracking. The gunman's voice echoed again, chilling Ladarius to the core. "They both know the secret, and she's seen the tape. We should kill them both." Ladarius jolted awake, drenched in sweat, his heart pounding in his chest. Kesey was shaking him gently, and concern etched on her face. "You were having a nightmare," Kesey said softly, her voice a soothing balm to his frayed nerves. Ladarius blinked, disoriented. The reality of the room slowly came back into focus. He was safe. Kesey was safe. But the memory of the footage lingered, a haunting reminder of the danger they were in. "Are you okay?" Kesey asked, her eyes searching his. Ladarius took a deep breath, trying to steady himself. Yeah, I'm fine," he lied, his mind still reeling from the vivid nightmare. Kesey nodded, her expression serious. "Do you want me to watch it with you?" she offered. Ladarius hesitated, recalling the gunman's chilling words. "No, it's fine, I'll handle it," he said, trying to sound convincing. Kesey gave him a concerned look, but nodded. "Okay then, I'm going to bed. See you in the morning." As she walked away, Ladarius's mind raced. A few minutes passed before he decided he couldn't wait any longer. He grabbed the laptop and headed to the car, needing privacy to review the footage. "Okay, here goes nothing," he muttered as he scrolled through to the specific date. The screen flickered, and there it was, the unthinkable. His eyes widened in horror. "She did it! She did it! She fucking did it!" he exclaimed, his voice trembling with shock. "I can't believe my eyes right now. Kim, you fucking killed her. What the fuck?" He knew he had uncovered something monumental, something that could change everything, and now he had to figure out who to tell. The following morning, Antariel wakes up and heads into the kitchen, surprised to find it empty. She grabs a cup of coffee and goes to the front of the rental house. As she approaches the door, she hears the sound of a tow truck backing up. Peering outside, she sees Mario, his daughter, and Mary standing there. Mary with her arms crossed and a puzzled expression on her face. Antariel opens the door, and Mario's daughter runs up to her, beaming with excitement. "Daddy got you a gift," she exclaims. Mario turns to Antariel, a proud smile on his face, and gestures to the truck driver, who begins pulling back a car cover. As the cover is removed, a brand new Mercedes Maybach is revealed. Antariel screams with joy, nearly dropping her coffee in the process. The man pulls the car off the truck, and Mario's daughter and Antiriel immediately jump inside to check it out. Antiriel lights up on the inside, knowing Mario is trying to get out of the doghouse, and this is the exact one she was looking at before. She then hopped in the back seat. If you have ever been in the back seat of a Maybach, it is life-changing. Now it seems all her dreams are coming to life. Then she noticed that there was another car on the truck. The truck driver moves to the second vehicle, which is still covered. Before he can remove the cover, Antiriel turns to Mario, curiosity piqued. "What car is that?" she asks. Mario grins. "Oh, well, that's your Jeep." Antiriel's heart skips a beat. Her mind races back to the night of the incident with Mary. She looks at Mary, who is also staring intently at the Jeep, her expression unreadable. Panic floods Antiriel's mind. Fuck, why would Mario do that? She thinks, her anxiety mounting. She forces a smile, trying to hide the turmoil brewing inside her as she steps back, her mind racing with thoughts of how to handle this unexpected and potentially disastrous situation. She reaches into her pocket and quickly sends a text in her group chat, code red. As she watches, Mary turns around and walks back into the house. Antiriel's worry deepens, wondering if the sight of the Jeep triggered any memories or suspicions in Mary. She steps out of the Maybach and approaches Mario, her voice tense. "Why did you bring the Jeep?" she asks, trying to keep her tone casual. Mario raises an eyebrow. "We've got plenty of space here at this rental house, so why not have all our cars here instead of paying a storage fee? Plus, I've got some upgrades I need to add to the Jeep. Is there a problem?" Antiriel forces a smile, shaking her head. "No problem at all, just curious, that's all." But inside, her mind races, worrying about what Mary might think and how she'll handle the situation. Mario's expression softens as he remembers something. "Oh, I almost forgot. The contractor said our house will be ready in 2 weeks. I know you and I are both ready for our house to be finished. I'm so excited. But if I see Chris, I will likely run him over." Antiriel chuckles nervously, but her mind remains focused on the potential fallout from the Jeep being there. "Yeah, I can't wait to move into our new place. It'll be nice to have some peace." Mario nods, then adds, "By the way, I have a new employee to train for the company. You remember JJ? I have to run his paperwork in a few. He's going to be driving my truck if he checks out." Michelle is woken up by her phone buzzing. She glances at the screen and sees the text message from Antiriel. Code red. Her heart skips a beat and she quickly types a response. "What's going on?" Waiting for a reply, she texts Tara, "Antiriel just sent a code red. Do you know what's happening?" Tara's response comes almost immediately. "Girl, I don't even know what code red means, but I'm over here trying to get this place ready for this dinner. I can't just stop and run to Antiriel's house whenever something happens." Michelle frowns, her anxiety mounting. She types back to Tara, "I know, but I'm worried. This doesn't sound good." "I understand, but you know how she can be. Maybe it's nothing serious. I'll check in with her later if I can." Michelle sighs, feeling torn. She decides to text Antiriel again. "I'm really worried. Are you okay? Do you need me to come over?" Antiriel's response takes a few minutes, but finally arrives. "It's about the Jeep. Mario brought it back home and Mary saw it. I'm scared she will figure out what happened that night." Michelle's heart races. She texts back, "Okay, stay calm. We'll figure this out. Do you need me to come over now?" "If you can, I could use the support." "On my way." She grabs her keys and heads out the door, her mind racing about handling this new twist. The tension is palpable as she drives, her phone buzzing with updates from Tara, who tries to offer reassurances despite being tied up with her own tasks. Around 11 a.m. that morning, Alex is up eating brunch, enjoying the sunny morning. Olivia walks in, looking a bit tired. "Good morning," Alex greets her with a smile. "I see you had a long night last night." Olivia nods, rubbing her eyes. "Yes, I did. On my way home, I swung by Tara's restaurant." Alex looks intrigued. "Really? How was it?" Olivia sits down across from him, her expression serious. "It was good. But that's not the interesting part. While I was there, Tara and Michelle told me that the chief has also been pressing them for information about Kim. The chief pressed Tara in jail, basically blackmailing her into finding information. Michelle says she hasn't run into the chief yet, but she will try to avoid him at all costs." Alex raises an eyebrow, setting his fork down. "Really? That's interesting. All this shit is going on after we win the lottery. When we all should be enjoying this money, we are up here fighting for our lives. It's almost like the money is a curse. Olivia leans in, her voice dropping to a whisper. Do you think Kim did it? Do you think she killed the chief's wife? Alex leans back in his chair, contemplating the question. I have no idea, he says slowly. But that would be crazy as shit if she did. And I mean, damn, what would that do to Emmanuel's chances of winning? I saw the polls. Believe it or not, he's leading. Olivia nods, the weight of the situation settling between them. The room falls into a contemplative silence as they both consider the implications of Kim's potential guilt, the mystery deepening around them. We are going to have to keep our ears open, Alex says. I could call Trey and see if he knows something, but chances are he wouldn't tell me anything since he works for them now. But I'm not putting anything past anybody, not even Kim. I need to sage our house as soon as possible and try to keep all this bad juju away from us, Olivia says. Oh, and you know that house Jason just bought? It's got a damn sex room in it, Alex says. Olivia chuckles, shaking her head. This group never ceases to amaze me. Alex grins. Well, we better brace ourselves. Something tells me things will get even crazier from here on out. Early that afternoon, Jason opens the front door of the new house, a broad smile on his face as he gestures for Ashley to step inside. Ashley, clearly surprised, steps into the spacious foyer, her eyes widening as she takes in the place's grandeur. Welcome to our new home, Jason says proudly. Ashley looks around, still processing. You bought this place? I had no idea. Jason nods, his excitement palpable. Yep, all ours. I want you to live here with me. Ashley chuckles, shaking her head. Jason, the only way I'm moving into this place is if a ring is on my finger. Jason laughs too, noting her comment in his memory. I'll keep that in mind, he says with a wink, continuing the tour. They walk through the house, room by room. Ashley is visibly impressed by the sleek kitchen, the cozy living room, and the luxurious master suite. Jason watches her reactions closely, enjoying her amazement. I know you wanted a ring, Jason says as they step onto the back patio, but what about a child? Ashley pauses, her playful demeanor fading slightly. I'm not sure about a child just yet, Jason, she replies thoughtfully. There are a lot of things to consider. Jason nods, understanding. Fair enough. I want us to build a future together, whatever that looks like. Ashley smiles, appreciating his sincerity. Let's take it one step at a time, she says, leaning into him as they look out over the backyard, the possibilities of their future together stretching out before them. I can spend a few nights over here a week, but nothing too crazy, Ashley says. Jason responds with, that's fine, plus who's going to help me get this place in order if you are not here? Chris pulls out his phone and dials Emmanuel's number, his concern evident as the hazmat accident was near Kim's beauty bar. The phone rings a few times before Emmanuel picks up. Hey, Emmanuel, it's Chris. Is everything all right with Kim's beauty bar? Chris asks, his voice tense. Emmanuel, sounding a bit distracted, responds, Hey, Chris, I haven't heard anything. Why do you ask? Chris takes a deep breath. There was a bad hazmat accident just a few doors down from Kim's place. I saw Kim and some man on the rooftop looking around. Is everything okay over there? Emmanuel's brow furrows, worry creeping into his voice. A hazmat accident? I had no idea. I've been so wrapped up with the campaign that I completely missed it. Kim didn't mention anything to me. Thanks for letting me know, Chris. Chris nods, even though Emmanuel can't see him. Yeah, it looked pretty serious. I just wanted to make sure everything was good on your end. I was concerned when I saw them up there. Emmanuel's mind races with thoughts of potential damage and safety issues. I'll get in touch with Kim right away and see what's going on. I appreciate you keeping an eye out, Chris. Yeah, and let Mario know it's on site when I see him. Emmanuel immediately dials Kim's number, his anxiety growing as he waits for her to answer. With each ring, a growing sense of unease settles in his stomach. As the call goes to voicemail, Emmanuel puts his phone down, his mind racing. Why hasn't Kim told him about this? And who the hell is she meeting with? Is she hiding something from me? The questions swirl in his mind, each more troubling than the last. In a fit of frustration, he quickly texts Ladarius. Have you completed your mission? He stares at his phone, waiting for a response that doesn't come. The silence only fuels his paranoia, making him wonder what else might unfold behind his back. His assistant came in asking if everything was okay. "Everything is fine. We got ourselves into a close race and I want every vote. Call Tara and ask her how the dinner plans are going and see if you can get hold of my wife for me, please." Kim was at her beauty bar, pacing the floor, trying to figure out who would break into her place. She kept replaying the events in her mind, feeling a sense of violation and frustration. Suddenly, the door swung open, and the chief walked in, startling her. "Chief, why are you here?" Kim asked, her voice a mix of surprise and annoyance. The chief gave her a steady look. "I heard there was a chemical spill near the area and decided to check it out." Kim nodded, trying to appear calm. "Yes, it was a nasty spill, but they cleaned it up as best as possible." "Well, that's great, Kim. Happy to hear that," the chief said, his tone polite but his eyes sharp. "The vibe is off in this place. It feels cold and dark here," the chief says to Kim. Kim watched him warily as he continued. "I saw that Emmanuel is leading in the polls. It would be a shame if people discovered he hid anything dirty." Kim's eyes narrowed. "Are you saying that my husband is hiding something from you?" The chief shrugged slightly. "It would be unfortunate if anything came to light that could damage his campaign." Kim's expression hardened. "I think it's time for you to leave my establishment, Chief. To think he was your best friend, and here you are trying to expose him for what?" The chief met her gaze unflinching. "I'm just doing my job, Kim. Sometimes that means asking tough questions, but I'll go for now. But I got eyes on you both." As he turned to leave, Kim felt a mix of anger and fear churn within her. She watched the chief exit her beauty bar, his presence lingering like a dark cloud over her thoughts. She knew she had to be careful and that the chief's visit was a warning she couldn't ignore. Kim looked down at her phone and saw a text message and a missed call from Emmanuel. Her heart raced as she opened the message, her mind already spinning with the implications of the chief's visit. She knew she had to talk to Emmanuel and find out what he wanted and if he knew about the break-in or if it was just a regular call. Later that night, Trey pulls up to the ice cream parlor, and his car comes to a smooth stop in the parking lot. He steps out, adjusting his jacket and slipping a fake badge into his pocket. With a determined stride, he walks into the parlor, the sweet scent of ice cream mingling with the hum of conversation. The manager, a middle-aged man with a friendly face, looks up from behind the counter as Trey approaches. "Good evening," Trey says, flashing his badge. "I'm with the local task force. We're looking for a fugitive who may have entered this store last night. I need to see your security footage." The manager's eyes widen slightly, and there is a mix of surprise and concern. "Oh, of course. Let me get the footage for you," he says, hurrying to the back room. Trey follows him, entering a small office with monitors and a computer. The manager pulls up the footage from the previous night, and Trey leans in, watching the screen intently. Minutes pass as he scrolls through the video, each frame revealing nothing unusual. Then suddenly, Trey sees what seems like a familiar face flash across the screen. His brow furrows in confusion as he tries to place the man. The figure on the screen is eating ice cream, looking casual and unbothered. But there's something about him that strikes a chord. "I can't quite place him." "Wait a minute," he mutters, leaning closer. Then it dawns on him. "That's the guy I met at Emmanuel's office." Trey's eyes widen as the realization hits him like a punch to the gut. He steps back, his mind racing as the familiar face moves across the screen, oblivious to the scrutiny. "Why would he break into Kim's place?" Trey mutters under his breath, his heart pounding. He turns to the manager, trying to keep his composure. "Thank you for your help. This might be useful for our investigation. Please keep this between us for now." The manager nods, a bit bewildered but cooperative. "Of course. If you need anything else, just let me know." Trey nods, already heading for the door. As he steps outside, he pulls out his phone, his fingers hovering over the screen. He must figure out why that man would break into Kim's beauty bar and what this could mean for their tangled web of secrets and alliances. As Trey starts his car, he tries to recall the man's name. His frustration builds as he drives, the puzzle pieces eluding him. Suddenly, a thought strikes him. "Ladarius," he whispers. "His name is Ladarius." Well, what an explosive chapter that was. You've just listened to another twist in the dark tale of We Hit. If your heart's racing and you're craving more, you know what to do. Smash that like button and hit subscribe. Things are about to get even bloodier, more deceitful, and thrilling. So stay with us and brace yourselves for the next chapter.
Wow.